It's too long. It's been a long time. Where have I been? I don't know, bro. I just haven't been creating like I'm supposed to. That's my excuse. And there's nothing else I could really say to y'all. I'm ashamed and I'm so sorry. But y'all kept watching, subscribing, supporting me nevertheless. And I still love you regardless. Cause y'all my sunflower game. I was on a roll and I literally messed up. L. How are y'all? Are y'all doing good? Are you guys excited for the video tonight? Because it is nighttime. It's really like midnight. Yeah, it's like 12:14, bro. I always record late, but this ain't that late. I'm kind of proud of myself. Y'all see the hair? I already told y'all I'll do my own junk. I do my own thing. It may not be perfect, so don't look too hard, okay? Are my nails dirty? Sometimes I just be like doing things and like my nails be like dirty. That's like so unladylike, and I absolutely have to clean them. I love y'all. I miss y'all. Y'all ready to get into this? Hey y'all, it is your favorite babyface dot Monty coming back at you with another video. What's good? Sunflower gang. So we are back. We are back with another SpongeBob conspiracy. I've already given you a long introduction, and a long overdue video you shall receive because you guys voted. If you follow me on Instagram, and you should, as well as my other socials, they are down in the description below. Y'all voted on Instagram and y'all said another cartoon conspiracy, a SpongeBob one specifically. So you already know we're gonna get into it with our homie Alex Bale. What's up, dude? If you ever see my junk, we love you over here in the Sunflower Gang. But yeah, bro, I'm excited. So why don't you guys get your little snacks, Cheez-It, some orange Fanta. Those are my personal favorites. If those are you that are health freaks, I like strawberries, grapes, and oranges. Red oranges recently, those junks are good. But before we get started, I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn the bell so you know what I post. Because, bro, SpongeBob is the GOAT. It's been a minute or whatever. It's always gonna be a minute with me. It's always gonna be a minute. But I ain't even gonna keep apologizing, bro. This is always gonna be a thing. I'm going to try my best to be consistent. I want this channel to grow. I want y'all to see more of my content. I want to vibe out with y'all. I want this. I'm gonna try my best to continue to be consistent and take it seriously. Okay? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this conspiracy SpongeBob edition, y'all. I'm so excited. These are like my faves. Like, you guys are like my favorites too. I'm like so obsessed with you guys. Yeah. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and start SpongeBob conspiracy number 4. Are y'all ready? All right, this is called the evolution theory. Without further ado, let's go ahead and see what Alex Bale gotta say. What other madness he's gonna put in our head, since we just let this guy do this to us and we keep coming back. That Mrs. Puff one though, that Mrs. Puff one was something serious.
Are the Bikini Bottom citizens the result of nuclear radiation? Who is Pearl's mother?
Period, because who is she?
What is the Krabby Patty's secret formula? These are by far the 3 biggest questions.
I got to vent to y'all real freaking quick, because I got a bone to pick with Houston, and I got a bone to pick with people that made a replica of the Krusty Krab, and I got a bone to pick to Paramount real quick. Okay, not too much on me. I do know it is Paramount. But I will keep saying Paramount. So please keep the jokes to a minimum. Not too much on me, please. Anyways, enjoy this little story. I'm about to turn 25 this year, so I needed a cake that said, "What's for the other 25? You know, everybody that's a SpongeBob fan that is about to be 25, that is the only time you can actually use that joke and apply it to your age, okay? So I was gonna have this big birthday, well, not big, because I don't have too many people coming. I don't have too many people. Okay, look, anyways, I was gonna have this SpongeBob cosplay theme birthday, right? I've been planning this for so long. But granted, I was in Cali, and then I found out in Houston that they had a replica of the of the Krusty Krab, right? It was called the Rusty Krab, so they wouldn't get copyright. But let me tell you what happened, around last week, around the week of Cinco de Mayo, bro. I was about to do some research on what's it gonna take for me to have like a little birthday event planned there. Did you not, y'all? They got sued by Paramount and got completely shut down. Paramount sued them for $6 million. That's chump change to Paramount, and shut the whole place down. When I found out, I cried my little eyes out, because I cry so easily, but I cried my eyes out, and I was upset because I was like, this is literally all I wanted to do for my birthday. So now we're gonna have to figure it out. I'm not sure. Like, my birthday's on June 10th. It's literally a month away, because today is May 11th. It was May 10th, but May 11th. So my birthday's a month away, and I have to figure out what to do. Paramount, count your days. As much as I love your content, you did not have to sue them. You was not missing that money, bro. It is gross to be a billionaire, because that's too much money. That's too much money to be a billionaire. You don't even see it. You could spend you could spend $3 million and you wouldn't miss that junk. So it's like, I was hurt. So I had to tell y'all about that anyways, because you brought up the Krabby Patty, bro, and I thought I had to share that little story time with you. We're still doing the what's funnier, the 24, 25 birthday cake, because I got to do that. Because if I don't do that, I don't know when else I'll do it.
Questions in the show SpongeBob Squarepants.
Hold on,
Secret
sorry.
Formula. These are by far the 3 biggest questions in the show SpongeBob Squarepants, and today I'm going to be answering all 3 of them and more with just one theory. Get ready for the darkest SpongeBob conspiracy you'll ever see. This is the evolution theory.
Period. Big excited, y'all.
We're back with another SpongeBob conspiracy. Guess I'm the SpongeBob guy now. That's all I make. You guys sure love these SpongeBob theories.
Alex Bale out with another video. The makers of SpongeBob interfere to put in their own message to brainwash you people. Squilliam sends the doctor in. He's not really a doctor. He's just trying to infiltrate that little round thing on his head there. Oh my God. Thank God for Alex Bale. Look at that.
You know what? I want to know why he has that foil on his head, but I don't want to question his process, because that's between him and his head, and I'm pretty sure he's bald. I feel like sometimes it'd be fun to be bald. Like, I would do some weird things if I was bald, bro. Like, I got this bald friend named Joseph, and I always said that on a hot day, I would cook bacon on his head, just because I know I seen steam come off that man's head. So imagine on a hot day, just lay some bacon out on his bald head and watch that junk sizzle. Yeah.
He's helping me prove my point. You know what? That is awesome.
Maybe some of you love them a little too much. You know, I got other videos, right? I make films.
Look, Alex, we like SpongeBob, okay? We like SpongeBob.
And stuff too. Anyone want to watch those?
No.
Anyways, by far the most popular SpongeBob theory out there is the Bikini Atoll nuclear radiation theory. It's pretty simple. It's been confirmed that Bikini Bottom is actually beneath a real-life place called Bikini Atoll. From 1946 to 1958, the United States did nuclear tests there, devastating the area and leaving it radioactive even to this day. The theory states that the reason why the citizens of Bikini Bottom can talk and have formed advanced societies is because of mutations caused by these nuclear tests. And that's about the whole theory. Even though there's tons and tons of videos about it, none of them actually go in depth with it or really look through the show for evidence. But y'all know that if Alex Bale is making a theory on it, then it's not going to be some baby surface level analysis. I will watch every single episode of SpongeBob. I will read every page of the goddamn Wikipedia.
Yes.
If I'm making a theory on it, then you guys know it's going to be good. And once I really started looking into this theory, I realized that there is so much more here than anyone thinks. Get ready, because today we're going to be solving the biggest mysteries in the history of SpongeBob SquarePants and changing the way you look at the entire show. So without further ado, let's begin the theory.
Okay, Really?
In order to find out whether the Bikini Atoll theory is true, we first have to determine whether fish talking and being so intelligent is unique to Bikini Bottom, or if that's just the way the SpongeBob universe works. You know, it could just be that all animals in this world are able to talk, and that's completely normal because at the end of the day, SpongeBob is still just a cartoon. Well, if we take a look at Season 10, Episode 10, Feral Friends, we get a bit of a hint about how the SpongeBob world works. In this episode, a green moon appears and transforms all the characters into less cartoony, real-life versions of themselves.
SpongeBob? Patrick?
Just like in real life, they can't
Ew.
talk and end up trying to eat each other. The French narrator is watching all this unfold, and he says this very important line.
I have been monitoring the behavior of the green moon all day. It is called Neptune's moon. Every 100 years, it de-evolves everyone in Bikini Bottom into primal fish.
Every 100 years, it de-evolves everyone in Bikini Bottom into primal fish. So this implies that the characters in Bikini Bottom are more evolved and were once like these primal fish. But this doesn't prove that the evolution only exists in Bikini Bottom. It could still be a worldwide phenomenon. Remember that bonus DVD clip I found in my television theory? It was about humans studying fish in Bikini Bottom because of their intelligence.
Land-loving scientists have tried to learn the secrets of intelligence. Their studies led them to the sea, where the citizens of one undersea colony demonstrated a genius so enormous, the scientists felt compelled to record their actions for use in teaching mankind how to live better.
This makes it sound an awful lot like the fish in Bikini Bottom actually are uniquely evolved and it's not some worldwide phase. Then, in the SpongeBob 20-year anniversary special, SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, we get a major piece of evidence for this theory. SpongeBob and Patrick take a tour of the surface world and eventually go to a fish store and see some very realistic, less evolved fish.
What kind of monsters would want to keep fish folk in jail like this? They're so beautiful.
They can't talk.
Yo, why is she so cute?
They wanna keep
Pause.
fish folk in jail
She
like this.
cute. Yo, she's a cute fish. She's a cute fish. She got big forehead like me. She got big forehead like me. Little eyelashes and stuff. She's like the baddie, the BDL long eyelashes, lip injection era of fish. She's cute. She's cute. Let's give her a name. Let's give her a name. Let's give her a name. Beluga.
They're so beautiful.
They can't talk back to SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're actually able to swim freely through the water instead of being affected by gravity. They are clearly showing us that both evolved and primitive fish exist in this universe at the same time. Now, sometimes we
So if they both exist, and he's probably gonna answer this question, so that they both exist at the same time, then that means that literally only the Bikini Bottom, if you live there, you're only affected by the nuclear moon or the green moon every 100 years. So I wonder if a fish went to go visit the Bikini Bottom, but if they're confined into a tank, I'm not sure how. But if they were to go to the Bikini Bottom, would they then evolve? Well, my question is, would they evolve if they went to the Bikini Bottom? And granted that it's already nuclear and stuff, would those fish that are confined to a tank then evolve like everybody else in the Bikini Bottom? If they go around the time that everybody else de-evolves, would then those fish from the tank stay the same, or will they level up? Would they get the reverse version? Y'all get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense.
We've seen Bikini Bottom characters represented as realistic fish like this, but only when they're out of water, never while they're still in water like these fish. We even see this again in the beginning of the third SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. The movie opens with a coral reef full of these realistic primal fish, but eventually we get to Bikini Bottom where the more evolved fish live. So there you go, direct proof that the citizens of Bikini Bottom are uniquely evolved. This is a very deliberate world-building choice for the creators to make. So I guess that kind of confirms the Bikini Atoll theory. Theory confirmed! We did it! Woo! Well, let's hold on for a second. As much as I'd love to call this theory complete, there's actually one major piece of evidence that gives me some resistance. Something I've never seen anyone else bring up when talking about this theory. Prehistoric Bikini Bottom. We've seen episodes like UGG or SB129 that show Bikini Bottom millions of years in the past, but we still see evolved versions of SpongeBob and Patrick. Sure, they may not be super intelligent or advanced, but they're still clearly way more evolved than the primitive, realistic versions we see in Feral Friends or in the fish store.
Did they eat the bugs? They ate the bugs?
Clearly way more evolved than the primitive, realistic versions we see in Feral Friends
They ate
or in
the
the fish
bugs.
store. So, how are we seeing these evolutions millions of years before the Bikini Atoll tests? Well, unfortunately, I think the only conclusion is that the Bikini Atoll theory just isn't true. I mean, clearly something has caused Bikini Bottom citizens to be uniquely evolved, there's no denying that. But whatever caused it took place millions of years ago and couldn't have been the Bikini Atoll nuclear tests. Then, what really caused the evolution? In the entire show, the only thing we've seen that directly affects the evolution of characters is the Green Moon and Feral Friends. Except the French narrator specifically calls it Neptune's moon,
It is called Neptune's moon.
named after the ruler of the seven seas, King Neptune. King Neptune is a character who's been around since the beginning of the
I'm so glad that we all agree that this is the real King Neptune. Though I love the one in the movie, this is the one. This is the guy, bro. With his long hair and his glorious body. Not baldy, okay? Not baldy.
sea. He's a character who the Bikini Bottom citizens view as their god, and he's a character who has the ability to
Where's his body? He got the body like the other King Neptune. He got no body. Where's the body out of at, bro? Mid, L, King Neptune, L. And he bald, bruh. I feel like I'm talking about bald people a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all literally have no hair. Y'all got no hair.
to change fish into other forms.
What the? Oops.
King Neptune used his magic to turn the fish of the sea into more evolved subjects for him to rule over. He's the one who's been behind it all this time. Now, I could spend this entire video talking about King Neptune and his weird continuity and contradictions in the show, but I'll save that for another theory. What I'd much rather talk about are the implications of having evolved and primitive fish coexisting in the sea. Now, we know that this evolution isn't specific to just Bikini Bottom. We've seen different cities and places far across the ocean that still have talking fish, which makes sense because the marine life in Bikini Bottom has evolved to resemble humans, so it's no surprise that just like humans, they've expanded beyond Bikini Bottom and colonized other areas of the sea. But now, I have an interesting question for you. What is the relationship between evolved fish and primitive unevolved fish? Well, they probably just peacefully coexist in the sea without bothering each other. You know, just like real-life humans and animals. Wait a second. In Season 3, Episode 10, the Krusty Krab training video, there is this hilarious, absurd moment when they're talking about Mr. Krabs.
After the war, Krabs stayed secluded in a deep depression that seemed endless.
Like, what war happened in Bikini Bottom?
I always say that, bro. So, like, when people be like, yo, what's wrong with you? I'll be like, I haven't been the same since the war. And they'll be like, what war? And then it's whatever war I feel like it. Sometimes, most times than not, I say the war on drugs.
Just tell us this and then completely drop it. But with this new context, is it possible that Krabs fought in a war against these primitive, wild fish of the sea? I mean, let's remember in Feral Friends.
So they fighting, bro. Like, I'm sorry. They're fighting, bro. Like, we're the Bikini Bottom's like,
we're the better fish. We're the ones that can walk and speak and talk. And we do things like other humans.
And then the primitive fish are like,
You think you're better than us? Because we can only swim, and we can't have legs and arms like you.
and then they started fighting. Yeah, I saved y'all like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. That's exactly what happened.
Some of those de-evolved fish were massive compared to the evolved fish, and they immediately started attacking each other.
The battle for the survival of the fittest rages on in the animal kingdom.
So yeah, in order for the Bikini Bottom citizens to survive and expand, they would probably break into some kind of war. And from the sounds of it, this war must have been pretty brutal to put Mr. Krabs into such a deep depression. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Is there actually any evidence that proves the war Mr. Krabs fought in was specifically this evolutionary war? Well, through the few flashbacks we get, we know that Mr. Krabs served in the Navy. And yes, they were sailing ships on an ocean, even though they're already underwater. This is actually a real-life phenomenon where certain parts of the sea can have a higher level of salinity, and it looks like an underwater ocean.
Okay, so when it comes to the ocean, I'm very fascinated by the ocean because we only explore 5%. But what really fascinates me, which also would terrify me, is that there are monsters the ocean is real deep. So there's like monsters down there that are probably 10 times, 20 times, 50 times bigger than cities down there, bro. Just hiding out, bro. And we can't get to get to them because the pressure of going down there would crush whatever equipment. And no matter how much money and how much smarticle particles we put into this equipment, the pressure of it going down that deep will break. But I do believe in sea monsters. I do believe in large sea creatures. Now, I have an irrational fear of drowning. I drowned when I was a kid, like in the 8 feet. I was very young. And so I don't really like being underwater too much, like under big bodies of water. I don't like being underwater. Being underwater or being in large bodies of water scare me, but what's in the water doesn't really scare me. Like, of course, like naturally, like I'll run away from like sharks and stuff, but if I had an opportunity to go deep down in the ocean, deep and see what's down there, I would. But I'm scared of drowning. Like, I'm scared of drowning. Like, I want to go on a cruise, but I'm scared of like that type of stuff. But I did say all that to say I do believe in sea monsters. I do. I believe there are some really crazy creatures that are really large. Like, I'm so fascinated by big creatures. Like, I really do. I do believe that there's like big creatures out there deep into the forest, deep in the ocean that we have just never seen, or we have seen, but you know, people die or whatever, you know, because you can't bother them. Just admire them from afar. Every time, humans are just the worst, because every time we want to bother these creatures and animals and all in their habitats, bro. We're the worst.
Shout out Miss Parks, my high school marine biology teacher. Level of salinity, and it looks like an underwater ocean. Actually a real life phenomenon where certain parts of the sea can have a higher level of salinity, and it looks like an underwater ocean. Shout out Miss Parks, my high school marine biology teacher. We also know from maps of Bikini Bottom that the town is surrounded by this underwater ocean. So that places Mr. Krabs' war outside of Bikini Bottom, where this evolutionary war would have to take place. Then if we took a look at Mr. Krabs' home, we see it is full of memorabilia from his past days in the Navy. But hidden within here is something that will absolutely blow your mind and answer one of the biggest questions in the show. Hanging there on his wall is a picture of a massive whale next to a ship. You don't think that could be... No, it can't be. Pearl's mother?
So Mr. Krabs, an evolved fish, was smashing a primitive fish. Mr. Krabs, I knew that man was on some freaky deaky stuff, okay? Y'all know what the primitive fish look like compared to the Bikini Bottom fish. Kinda crazy, bro. But was she involved? I don't know. She probably wasn't involved. But look, man, Mr. Krabs like I'm big, bro. He said like Drake, I like my girls BBW, and I'm not mad. More cushion for the pushing. Do your thing, bro. Do you think?
Pearl is Mr. Krabs' whale daughter. The show never really explains how a crab can be the father of a whale, but most people just assume she was adopted. People have been speculating about who Pearl's biological mother is for years, and I think we finally just found our answer. We see 2 photos of this whale on a ship in season 3 episode 9, just 1 episode before we find out Mr. Krabs fought in a war. Since this is among all of Mr. Krabs' Navy stuff, I think we can assume that this is something he encountered and not just some random picture of a whale on a ship above the ocean. The whale is massive compared to the ship. We've seen adult whales in Bikini Bottom before, but they are nothing compared to the size of this whale. This has a much closer resemblance to Pearl when she de-evolved in feral friends and became massive. So this has to be an unevolved primitive whale, and the picture clearly shows them fighting. Not only does this prove that there was a war between evolved and primitive fish, but Mr. Krabs definitely fought in it. But this also implies something very dark. Mr. Krabs killed Pearl's mother.
Oh, well, I kind of like my theory. I kind of like that he smashed a big bone, a whale, primitive whale. I like that one better than killed. That's sad, bro. That's depressing. But then if he killed her mom, then how did Pearl become evolved? Wouldn't she be a primitive fish or a whale, like a primitive whale? Wouldn't she be like her mom? How did she evolve? I'm pretty sure he's gonna answer that question. But how was she evolved? You know what I'm saying? But I like my theory better. I want to say that he smashed. I want to say that he smashed her. Okay, I want Mr. Krabs. Woo. He did a thing. My theory probably wouldn't make sense, but I like mine. I like mine. Okay, I like mine.
The only direct reference we get in the show to Pearl's mother is one of Mr. Krabs' many sayings, Mother of Pearl.
Mother of Pearl! Mother of Pearl! Holy Mother of Pearl!
He uses it in places something like holy crap or dear God, only saying it when something truly shocking or terrible happens, because he knows the terrible thing that happened to Pearl's mother. Why did Mr. Krabs go into such a deep depression after the war? Because he's haunted by what he's done, and the smoking harpoon to prove it is right there on his wall. So, that leaves us with an important question. Why did he adopt Pearl? After he killed her mother, he probably realized she had an infant daughter who had the evolutionary genes. Instead of leaving her to die, he adopted her as his own, all while keeping the dark secret that he was responsible for her mother's death. Woo! Childhood ruined yet? Well, don't worry, there's still time for this theory to get even worse.
Okay, but if there was I've still got a question on how Pearl could still be evolved though. If her mom was a primitive fish, then how did Pearl become evolved? Unless he said something and I missed it, I'll probably go back. But how did she become evolved though? That doesn't make sense to me. Wouldn't she be a primitive fish? But if they're talking about a war, are they having a war in the atoll area? Atoll Bikini Bottom area? Is that where they're having the war at? And dang, bro, he killed the mom, bro, and he just keeping that dark secret? I mean, at some point, she's gonna ask about her mother. And are you prepared to tell her about what had happened to her mother? See, I'm trying to make it lighthearted. He smashed. But that's just, there's no, I don't got no real evidence to back it up, okay? I just like the fact that that's a funny thought. Mr. Krabs getting it on with a big old whale. Crazier things have happened in the Bikini Bottom, okay?
Now's your chance to remove yourself before things get really dark.
Oh.
Still here?
Yep.
Okay, so here's a fun question. What's the deal with all the pets in Bikini Bottom? How come most fish are basically humans, but a snail or a worm acts like a pet? Well, just like humans have domesticated wild animals, it should be no surprise that evolved fish have domesticated primitive fish as pets. Unlike the massive primitive fish that the Bikini Bottom citizens had to go to war with, there's also smaller primitive fish like jellyfish, snails, spirit worms, seahorses, and clams that the Bikini Bottom citizens were able to form a symbiotic relationship with. Aww, and I thought you said this was gonna be the dark part, Alex. They're living peacefully together. That's nice. Okay, you got me. Here's another fun question. Where do the citizens of Bikini Bottom get their food? I mean, sure, some of it is plant-based, but there sure does seem to be an awful lot of meat-based food under the sea. I think you know where I'm going with this. The Bikini Bottom citizens eat primitive fish. Haha, it's not cannibalism if they're less evolved than you, right? There's no moral dilemma there. In Season 3, Episode 3...
Look, the Krusty Krab. There was a theory, bro, about what's in the Krabby Patties, and people say that it's other crabs because in each city they had a crab convention, right? Cheapskate convention. They were all crabs. They are from different parts of the ocean, bro, but they are the only crab apparently in those specific cities. That's another theory. And so Mr. Krabs is the only crab besides his mother in the Bikini Bottom. So they said he basically ate all the crabs, and that's and used their meat to make the Krabby Patty. So cannibalism in the Bikini Bottom, I'm not too surprised at.
13, we see direct proof of this when the characters go fishing for primitive clams. This is something completely normal in this world. And then there's the Chum Bucket, which sells chum. Chum is literally just ground up fish. The show isn't even hiding this. Now, we don't really see too much of the meat harvest.
And Plankton is so, okay, like Plankton is like that restaurant that's like so bad but never goes out of business because somebody's eating it, right? He's taking the cheap way out by using cheap product to make extra money. Somebody is keeping that place open. My thing is, Plankton, how do you expect to make money and you grinding up somebody's bestie and you're in the chum? Like, if I'm a fish in the Bikini Bottom, I'm not about to go to your restaurant because my friend went missing 2 weeks ago and no one could find them. I'm not about to go to your place and sit down and eat a chum burger. You probably grinded up my bestie in the chum. I'm not about to eat at your place. You expect people to come to your place of establishment and eat your junk, and you probably grinding up people's closest friends and relatives?
Harvesting side of Bikini Bottom, and I'm not so hiding this. Now, we don't really see too much of the meat harvesting side of Bikini Bottom, and I'm not surprised they're keeping it on the DL, you know, with the whole cannibalism thing, but there is one secret to making food that is kept more secret than anything in Bikini Bottom. The best kept secret in the entire show. You already know what I'm gonna say, the Krabby Patty secret formula.
If Alex touched on this, I'm so excited because
Throughout the show, there's been lots of contradictory evidence about the Krabby Patty secret formula. In Season 4, Episode 7, Mr. Krabs says it's an old family recipe.
Your mother knows the Krabby Patty formula? Of course she does! It's an old Krabs family recipe!
But in Season 5, Episode 1, apparently Mr. Krabs discovered it on his own by accidentally mixing random ingredients together.
I've done it! I discovered the perfect patty batter!
Sometimes it's a secret formula, sometimes it's a book, sometimes it's a secret sauce, and any glimpse we get of the formula is just random nonsense. There is a ton of contradictory evidence out there, but I think this might all be intentional. In order to throw people off, Mr. Krabs has spread misinformation about the Krabby Patty formula. In fact, he's already done this in Season 3, Episode 18 by hiding a fake formula for Plankton to find that says he's the secret ingredient.
Mixed together with the most important ingredient of all, 4 heaping pounds of freshly ground
Plankton?
And the contradictions aren't just inside the show. Even one of the SpongeBob crew members once said that Krabby Patties are vegetarian and contain no meat. But I've always been a little suspicious about what the creators say. They've also said that they're not allowed to show fish as food, except they clearly do with chum, clam fishing, and all the many gags where fish turn into food. It's almost like they're not allowed by Nickelodeon to publicly acknowledge this because that could create a controversy, but they could still sneak this dark secret into the show. So what is the true secret ingredient? Where does the meat really come from? It's strange, we never really see Mr. Krabs get the meat delivered, or at least go out himself to get it. It's almost like he has all the meat he needs stockpiled somewhere. What primitive meat can Mr. Krabs have access to? Maybe he's been holding on to something from the war. What could Mr. Krabs have killed during the war that he doesn't want anyone to find out about? Something big enough to supply him with meat for years without
Okay, let's just finish it. Hold on.
eating more. What could that be? You really gonna make me say it? Mr. Krabs is using Pearl's dead mother's carcass to make Krabby Patties. Woo! We did it!
This man, Mr. Krabs, is the absolute worst, bro. But I cannot, and I'm not surprised I can't put it past him because the man is a cheapskate. Instead of actually putting in the work to actually make meat, like edible or like, you know, he would actually go that route and cook somebody's mother. And Pearl be chowing down on them Krabby Patties. If you see a couple episodes, Pearl eat them Krabby Patties. That chick is eating her mom. Cannibalism is actually happening in the show. You just got, it's a kid's show, but you know, we're adults here. The cannibalism is happening. And Mr. Krabs is the worst. Jill, put the handcuffs on him, bro.
Yeah, we solved the mystery! We did it! I'm so glad! Season 1, Episode 15, Sleepy Time. Mr. Krabs has a dream that he's on a boat fishing for a massive dollar. This is his memory of killing Pearl's mother, except now all he sees her as is money.
Alex, you're just making this so much darker than it already is. He saw that woman and said, cause she killed her, chopped her up into meat and sold her. And sold her, bro. And he said it was gonna be dark, and it is.
And take a guess what name he calls the dollar.
What you doing, Mr. Krabs?
I'm picking Neptune's pocket!
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about cold, hard flipping cash! It's the mighty Moby Dollar!
Moby Dollar, a direct reference to Moby Dick, a story about hunting a whale. Are you kidding me? And that is the evolution theory. I warned you guys this would be a dark one. The Bikini Atoll theory, King Neptune, Pearl's mother, the Krabby Patty formula, we hit everything in this theory. Even if you don't agree with all of it, you gotta admit a lot of this makes sense. Eugene Krabs' aspirations for money and greed have caused him to do terrible, terrible things. At least his love for Pearl seems to be real, so maybe there's some small amount of good in him. And even though Pearl's mother probably provides tons of meat, eventually he's gonna run out and he'll have to face what he's done. Well, unless of course there's another whale he has access to. Nope. Nope. No.
Wait, please don't say that, bro. Don't say that.
Mr. Krabs wouldn't do that. He loves Pearl. He's not just raising her for Krabby Patty meat. Even Mr. Krabs isn't that much of a monster.
From every side I've ever seen to the sweetest sound I've heard, I'd gladly give up everything for all the money that I've earned.
Huh. Well, alrighty then, that's the end of that theory. Just gonna end it here before there's any more dark plot twists. You guys have been insanely supportive with these SpongeBob theories, so I guess I have to make more. I've been your host, Alex Bale. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Alex. You about to go cry, ain't you? I would go cry too. What's happening, y'all?
Hey. Just want to let you know that I think I'm gonna take a break from the SpongeBob videos for a little bit. It's not you. I mean, the videos are great. People love them. It's just, I think I want to go back to making actual films for a bit. Okay then. Thanks for everything. I guess I'll just see you around.
When I found you were unnoticed and unloved. But now you have millions of views. You have sponsors. Why would you forsake them?
I just, I don't want to really make these videos forever. I don't want to be known as the SpongeBob guy.
My boy, you really think they will care about your little films? I am your muse. I have given you the gift of knowledge. If you wish to go back to anonymity, then be my guest. But I know who you really are.
We gotta go to number 5. Alex, you're dope, bro. All right, guys, we got to number 4 of the SpongeBob Conspiracy Theories by Alex Bale, our homie. Thank you, Alex. I really like how you put your filming, because you got other content on there that we should totally check out. And the SpongeBob Conspiracies together to let people know you are a filmmaker and you do this. So we appreciate everything that you do. Your craft is dope. How we feeling, y'all? It was a little bit of a darker conspiracy theory, but I think we're good. I think we're good. I think the next ones to come are probably gonna be even darker or hard hitting or more mind blowing. But this right here kind of made me a little sad. I really would hope that Mr. Krabs doesn't fatten Pearl up and then eventually use her as Krabby Patty meat, because he killed her mom and used her as Krabby Patty meat, and everybody's up in here being cannibalism, and he did not tell Pearl. I still like my theory of him smashing, bro. Getting it on with a big old whale. But If you guys enjoyed this SpongeBob conspiracy theory, I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn that bell so you know when I post, because y'all already know how we feel about SpongeBob. That is the homie. That is our bestie. And we love anything concerning him. I know that a lot of my cartoon conspiracies will probably be centered around SpongeBob because I'm such a fan. But thank you guys so much for watching. And Yahweh willing, I will see you all in the next video. Shalom, bye. Love you.